Zarzak, a place of wonder. Through Eve Ops Epiphany, you capsuleers discovered 4 Jovian gates, quite fast, I might add. And since yesterday, these gates are now open, and you can visit Zarzak. It's a system with a very special environment and a unique rule set. The environment comes with dangers, as I think CCP Fuzzy showcased yesterday. So explore at your own risk. Inside Zarzak, the Deathless are building a shipcaster which allow pirate-aligned players to use and launch insurgencies in the war zones. Pirates are establishing a new type of forward operating base in the war zones that they can use as their base, and it will act as the landing pad for this shipcaster. The Deathless have also established a base inside an ancient Jovian megastructure they call the Fulcrum. They have extended an invite to Guristas and Angels to join them, and they will soon ask for capsuleer help to bring it to life. Aligning with pirates, fulfilling the pirate fantasy. So, the Guristas and the Angels are recruiting. With the next expansion, you will be able to align with one of the 2 factions. The enlistment process will be the same as it is with Empire militias, and this means direct enlistment and also options for corporation and alliances. Pirates are, of course, at war with FW militias in their area of space, meaning there are specific rules of engagement with the players that are aligned with those factions. Pirate-aligned players can earn new loyalty points by raiding the war zones and through the insurgency feature. The new Guristas and Angel ships are unique to these LP stores. Pirate-aligned players will also get some special benefits and access to Zarzak that you will see in November. Corruption and suppression. In our pursuit of defining the future of war, we are building another foundational system in EVE Online. Corruption represents the amount of criminal activity that is happening within a star system, while suppression represents the scale of law enforcement operations in that system. As corruption and suppression increase in a system, they will trigger effects and they will alter the rules within those systems. Both can be active at the same time, and you will hear more about this in a minute. It's foundational work for us because we are looking at corruption and suppression as natural traits of star systems, even for those systems that are outside of ongoing insurgencies. Insurgencies will be the first source that generates corruption and the way that corruption is being removed from systems, while Vanguard will be the second source. For now, Vanguard will only affect active insurgency systems. Corruption and suppression's value resets at each system following the completion of a pirate insurgency. Some systems, though, we have heightened default values, and this means Pirate HQ systems, we have an increased default corruption value, meaning certain effects will always be active there. And the same goes for the Empire, HQ systems and suppression, which has different effects, always active at those systems. With that in mind, and before I leave the stage, I want to bring this for one final view. Just keep it in mind throughout the rest of the presentation, throughout FanFest, and for the days to come. Now, please welcome on stage CCP K1P1.
Hello, FanFest. I'm CCP K1P1, and now that CCP Psych has laid out the foundations of the future of war, let's dive into what pirate insurgencies are that will come in the Havoc expansion in November. So due to the effect of the ongoing factional war, there are systems in New Eden that are weakened, making them the perfect target for the pirates to raid from their Zarzak base. In these insurgencies, a set of systems is selected to loot, and as they loot, they expand outwards, setting their sights on more systems. The Empire militias can respond and attempt to put down this insurgency and force them to flee. While this is similar to FW mechanics, there are a few key differences. Pirate insurgencies represent discrete, asymmetric warfare inside the war zones. It has a beginning and an end, as well as a winner and a loser. The war zone for an insurgency is dynamically created based on player activity and can stretch beyond the bounds of traditional factional warfare space. But for now, they won't go into nullsec or any system with a status of 0.8 or above. While factional warfare is a tug of war, the insurgencies are a race. So how do the war zone and the insurgency interact with one another? This is the factional warfare map with the front lines, command operations, and rearguard systems. This is the same map with a potential pirate insurgency layer. The insurgency layer sits independently on top of the factional warfare systems and can easily extend into non-FW space, including HiSec. So let's go through the flow of how the insurgency works. Pirate leadership, or AI, will select a set of systems for the insurgency to begin. And there, they will place a pirate forward operating base. The insurgency then spreads 3 jumps in all directions from the starting system. And the system will always be in one of 3 states. Insurgency HQ, where the pirate FOB is, active insurgency with no FOB, or no insurgency. So it's similar to incursions, but with players instead of NPCs. So how do the pirates and the Empire players impact from this point forward? I'm going to need your help. So I want to take this middle section right here, and you're going to be my pirate-aligned players. And I'm going to take this side, and you will be my Empire-aligned players. So I want you to keep in mind that everyone in the middle is fighting with everyone on the outside, but at the same time, you are also fighting with you. So because you were lucky enough to sit in the middle and got here early, you also get to use the shipcaster from Zarzak, which will shoot you straight into your pirate FOB, into your insurgency area. So don't forget that I said that the pirate insurgencies are not a tug-of-war like factional warfare, but they're a race. And once the insurgency has started, the race has begun. Pirate-aligned players, right here in the middle, will seek to plunder the systems in the insurgency zone and increase corruption in that system. And at the same time, the FW militias on the side will be acting as the law enforcement to push back against these pirate raids. And by increasing suppression in insurgency systems, these anti-pirates will attempt to put down the insurgency and force the pirates to flee. Fully corrupted systems, like the one in dark purple, will give the pirates points and the opportunity to spread the insurgency even further. And fully suppressed systems, like the one in green, will give the Empire militias points and the opportunity to stop the insurgency altogether. But how does it work? Well, let's look at corruption first, but I want to make sure that my empires on the sides don't fall asleep because it's the same mechanics. In order to spread corruption, the pirate-aligned players will need to complete specific activities to increase the level of corruption in that system. And the corruption level will determine the types of activities that are available. So for example, in this system that we're looking at, they haven't reached any stages of corruption. So there's only one activity available, the corporate outpost raid, which can be completed to progress corruption and receive rewards. So once your pirate insurgents have reached stage 1 of corruption, they will trigger the system-wide effects at that level. Now, I do want to make it very clear that none of these system-wide effects are final, and they're subject to internal testing and feedback. And we'd love your feedback. But I'm really glad then that this is not recorded. So for example, with that being said, our first system-wide effect could be increased PvP loot drops for Pirate Aligned players, with the player that kills the player that deals the killing blow. And because you've reached stage 1 of corruption, that also means that you've unlocked more activities. So now you have 2 activities to choose from in order to increase corruption and increase the different types of rewards that your fellow pirates can receive. This will continue with every level of corruption that you achieve in the system, and the system-wide effects will stack. So every new stage of corruption will unlock new effects, such as increased pirate gang spawns, Empire police will stop spawning. Stage 3 could include advantage decrease for system owners. And stage 4 could possibly be warp speed multiplier for pirate insurgents. Now, once you reach level 4 of corruption, the insurgency will also spread 1 system in every direction from that level 4 system. And at level 5, pirates will have reached maximum corruption. But more on that in a bit, because at the same time that everyone here in the middle is trying to increase corruption, everyone on the outsides is also trying to increase suppression. So the system effects that they can unlock through their hard work include increased pirate bounties, increased militia LP, reduced corruption gains in a system, and triggers the spawning of Edencom security forces. Stage 4 could add web scram range bonuses for Empire pilots. And once my anti-pirates on the sides here reach level 5 of suppression, that system is considered fully suppressed. And you'll receive significant system effects, like upgraded turrets deployed on stations and gates. And once you reach level 5 of suppression, that also means that the pirates can never reach level 5 of corruption in that system. And once you've fully suppressed a predetermined number of systems, let's say 5, then the pirate FOB becomes vulnerable with only a single reinforcement timer. And if my Empire militias on the side are able to successfully destroy that FOB, then they will claim victory, and all Capsuleers that participated in putting down the insurgency will get rewards and bonuses. On the other hand, my pirates in the middle don't look so easily won. And so if they reach maximum corruption, they will trigger a meaningful change in the whole nature of the system. And it'll depend on where the system is. So, for example, if you reach maximum corruption in a system that's high-sec, it'll start to look a lot more like low-sec. And if the system is in low-sec, it'll start to look a lot more like null-sec. And if they're able to successfully corrupt 5 systems, then they will have won the insurgency, and the Pirate Aligned players who participated in that insurgency will receive rewards and bonuses. So not only do you need to keep track of the corruption per system, but you also need to keep track of the amount of systems that you have either fully suppressed or fully corrupted. Every fully suppressed or fully corrupted system will give your side a point. And here, you can see that the pirates have won the insurgency with their 5 fully corrupt systems. But the system is self-balancing. So the more insurgencies you win, the more points you'll have to get next time due to the ambition modifier. Following the completion of an insurgency, the system will return to its previous owner with system control at 0%, and a new FOB location for a new insurgency will be chosen after some time. And all of this information will be available to you in a dashboard not unlike the one you see before me. So to increase the levels of corruption or suppression, we are introducing 4 new pirate activities. They are the Corporate Outpost Raid, the Pirate Laundering Center or Anti-Pirate Security Post, the Mining Fleet Ambush, and the Warehouse Raid. So the Corporate Outpost Raid and the Warehouse Raid are an iteration on our FW complexes. We got some really great feedback from a lot of our players, and we aim to improve on the existing FW gameplay by making them more engaging, with more things to shoot and more variation, including a more even contest between the pirates and the anti-pirates. And like the FW complexes, these activities will have a variety of values and sizes. With the Mining Fleet Ambush and the Laundering Center and Security Post, we are providing our pirate players here in the middle with the classical fantasy of raiding mining fleets and outposts and fighting off the defenders, while my militia members on the sides are able to play the hero and attempt to rescue the fleet or secure the outposts. And I've got to tell you, the amount of meetings that I've been in where we're talking about the classical pirate fantasy is really starting to make me have some really weird dreams. So these activities provide a safe place for us to test new ideas, and if you love them, we would be able to backport some of the gameplay into the FW complexes. And of course, successfully completing these activities will reward you with loot, ISK, and LP. Speaking of LP, as my Pirate Align players who's well done at picking the right seat, you will receive either the Garistas or the Angel Cartel Insurgent LP. And this is comparable to the Empire Militia LP that we introduced with the Factional Warfare. You can spend it in dedicated LP stores and purchase all existing and new pirate ship BPCs. And since we're talking about pirate ships, let's take a look at what you can fly come November.